Originally, I pursued the career for a couple of reasons. I had some really high quality teachers when I was in high school. Some people may not know that I actually went to Mason, and so I had some quality teachers. Nancy Ziegler, who taught math, Ann Rhoda taught Spanish. Tim King, who's still here, teaches English. Joe Hammond, who teaches history, and they inspired me to go into teaching. The other part of it was the idea that I was hoping to go into coaching. The time I graduated high school, I thought I was going to be the next great high school / college basketball coach. I was going to be the next Rick Pitino. And that didn't quite work out, but I did go into coaching, coached tennis for 10 years before I had kids, and so now I'm coaching with my son's basketball team, doing some elementary stuff, but that's the basic kind of outlook for that. I always had an interest in history going back to high school. That was my favorite subject in high school. The issue I ran into when I went to college is that my first year when I got into college and got advising, they said that history teachers were not in high demand. So I actually went and pursued a Spanish degree first. Went through that process, taught Spanish here at Mason for the first 8 years I was here. And then while I was doing that, I decided to pursue a master's degree in history. And from there, then ended up going into the European history field, primarily because it's something that I found really interesting, more so than the American history, just because of the scope and the depth of information you can find. Right now, the reality is I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, so they pretty much run my life. So most of my time is running kids around the practice, and like I said, I do some coaching, baseball, basketball, working on those things. So that's what the real interest is. Probably the most interesting thing, which really isn't interesting, is I go to the beach every year, the week after we get out of school. So that's fun. But beyond that, nothing too terribly exciting.